genderless. I, the soul, am ageless. I, the soul, have no possessions. I, the soul, am free from all desires. I, the soul, am complete. The personality of my final birth is now emerged. I, the soul, now emerge my eternal qualities. I am a deity. I am a golden being living in paradise. My life is completely balanced and harmonious. I walk this earth gently. My body came into existence through the power of yoga. My body is made up of the purest elements, untainted by any vices. I am immortal. I have conquered death. I simply leave one body and take another body. I am a ruler of the pure world. My life is easy, joyous. I am 16 celestial degrees complete and full of all virtues. I am doubly non-violent. My mind is pure. My heart is pure. I am absolutely content. There is nothing lacking. It is only now in the confluence age that I understand how to become a deity. Let us meditate on this and become a deity. I am a worship-worthy soul. I invoke my worship-worthy form, the form in which my devotees are remembering me. I am drawn to a temple or a place of worship where there is my non-living image in the form of a statue or picture dedicated to my particular speciality. There are some very powerful devotees here calling upon me. Let me give them some blessings. Drishti. I enter the stone statue as if it was a body. I look out through the statue's eyes. I see my devotees before me, praying to me for blessings. God, I don't fully understand this, but these devotees have worshipped me. They must receive the return of their devotion. Let me remember you, God, and give these souls your blessings. Prakash, so they may attain some experience. I am a Brahmin. I am one out of multi-million chosen by God. I am in direct connection with the one that everyone is calling out to. Oh God, you found me and made me belong to you. You are my father, my mother, and I am receiving the inheritance of your powers and virtues. I am becoming equal to you, God. I am an angel. Let me fly to the subtle region The light here is like a silvery light of 1,000 moons. No sound. This is the world of pure silence. I look at my body of light. I hold my hand up and I can see through it. I have no desire for worldly things. I belong to everyone now. God, let us tour the world together now. Spread beautiful rays of peace. Everyone. With that, I'll start taking some questions here that some of you emailed to me. And let's actually use this question as an opportunity for us to understand this. I think this is a very good question that one of you asked. Let's use this as an opportunity to brainstorm together on how to solve this, what to do in this situation. Because situations like this happen all the time in one form or the other. So this question is that when my manager at work micromanages me, there are many thoughts that come to my mind. How can I be in a soul conscious state without my thoughts overpowering me? How to feel strong and not get affected? Let me ask all of you. Can you share your response on chat? What to do in this scenario? Any thoughts? Feel free to type your response on the chat. Stay focused. Yes. Write your thoughts down for yourself when not at work. And when at work, pause briefly, time out, meditate. Yes, wonderful. Anyone else would like to try? There's no right or wrong answer here in these things. We all are learning how to deal with these situations. So give it a try. There are other peers around you who may be feeling the same way. Maybe ask them what they do, right? So let's go back to the basics. Who am I? Can you type your response on the chat? Who am I? Soul. I am a soul. Who is the manager? Who is the manager? Soul. Manager is also a soul. He or she is also a soul, right? What is, yes, manager is also a Ru, a point of light, right? I am a soul. The manager is also a soul, right? Now, the fact that the manager, so right now that soul is playing the role of my manager in this drama. So let's apply the concept of drama. This is a drama going on. I am a soul. The manager is also a soul. And in this drama, in this acting, in this scene of the drama, this soul is playing the role of my manager in this scene of the drama. Okay, so that's how we apply the concept of drama in practice. Okay, then let us go into the fact that what are the original properties, virtues of the soul? Can you type on chat? What are the original virtues of the soul? Original property, original powers and virtues, attributes of the soul. Yes, peaceful, blissful, purity, peace, happiness, power, knowledge, bliss. Yes, these are all the attributes of a soul. So going back to basics, I am the soul. Manager is also the soul. Okay. The original properties of the soul. I am a pure soul, peaceful soul, happy soul, powerful soul, blissful soul. Manager is also a pure soul, peaceful soul, happy soul, powerful soul, blissful soul, knowledgeful soul. Okay. Now, if somebody is filled with all these powers and purity and peace and happiness, would they actually do micromanagement? No. Right? So the fact that somebody is doing micromanagement, that means that they are not in their original form. They have fallen down from their original form. Okay. So what do we, let me ask in this situation, right? If suppose you are at work, suppose you see your manager as, suddenly their foot suddenly, slips and it starts bleeding. What would you do? Help the manager with the first aid. Help to heal them, lift them up, and give them first aid, right? Would we curse them? Oh my God, you didn't know how to walk on your own? Didn't your mom teach you how to walk on your own? We will not curse them, right? We know that a healthy human being knows how to walk on their own feet. The fact that their foot slipped and they are bleeding on their foot means something is wrong. They are not physically healthy. And instead of cursing them, We will help them. We will help to lift them up. We will give them first aid. Right? And if the first aid doesn't work, they really have a much serious more injury, we'll help them reach the 911 or doctor or call their family or someone, and so that they can go to the right doctor who can, heal them. Right? Now, it is the exact same situation here. Instead of the manager's foot slipping and their manager bleeding from their foot, the manager's mind has slipped. Their inner powers and virtues have depleted. That is why they are doing micromanagement. So what can we do? What can we do in this situation if the manager he's physically healthy, but manager is mentally sick? What can we do? Help heal their emotions. Yes. How can we help the manager heal their emotions? Send them good, positive thoughts. What kind of positive thoughts can we send to the manager? Send them blessings. Yes. Can we be more concrete? What blessing would you send to the manager in this scenario? Manager, you are a peaceful, powerful soul. Yes. You are a cooperative soul. You are a compassionate soul. You are understanding soul. You trust your employees. Send them positive thoughts or doing good deeds. Beautiful. Right? So we need to send the manager these kind of blessings, that they do not do any micromanagement. They trust their team members to do the right thing. People do micromanagement when they are mentally insecure inside. A person who knows that, okay, I am also not I don't have a very big competency and handle on the work in this team. And if my team member, knows more than me, then maybe my team member can overshadow me one day, and, they can outsmart me someday. That is when people start doing micromanagement, when they are insecure inside. So give them the blessings of being secure inside. Give them the blessings that, we give the blessing to somebody of the opposite of what they are. If they are doing something wrong today, then we give them the blessing of the opposite of that, of what they should be doing ideally. It's an ego issue. Yes, they want to be in control as they are a manager. Everyone needs to follow what they say. Yes, it is an ego. So if the manager has an ego, what blessing can we give to them? Give them thoughts of self-respect. Yes, you are an egoless soul. You are a viceless soul. You have very high self-confidence. You have a deep self-esteem. When a person has self-esteem, when somebody has control on their own mind, then they will not want to control other people. We try to control other people only when we don't have control on our own selves. So give them the blessing that you are a pure soul, powerful soul, peaceful soul. You have full control over your own mind. You have control over your own thoughts. You have control over your own emotions. You are the master of your own mind. You are the ruler of your mind. Give them these blessings. Okay. Now, other part here is that what do I need to feel about my own self when the manager is micromanaging me? Any thoughts? What should I think about myself? Same positive thoughts I can send to my own self. Do I lose my self-confidence? That, oh my God, maybe I don't even know how to do this. That's why my manager keeps asking, micromanaging and asking me, have I done this? Maybe I'm not a very responsible person. That is why they are asking me all the time. I should do like this, I should do like that. Have I done this? Have I done that? Should I think like that about myself? No, it's important to do self-checking to make sure that it's possible that I'm not a perfect, given that I'm not a perfect human being, it's possible that there may be some areas in which I am lacking, and manager genuinely has a need to ask me and check on me to make sure I have really done things in the right way. So, feedback, taking the feedback with a sense of with a grain, with a salt of grain, to make sure that, okay, if there is something for me to improve upon, something that I could have done better. Lots of time what happens is that we do the work, but we don't communicate the work to our manager or our colleague that we have done that work. That is why they need to come and ask us whether we have done it or not. So it's important to do the work. It's also equally important to communicate to the manager and to the peers, to stakeholders, to clients, that we have done this work, so that they know that the work is done and they can stop thinking about it. And if they would like to know more details on how we have done the work, maybe have a discussion with the manager that, if they would like you to proactively share, maybe on an update on a weekly basis, or, monthly basis, or even a daily basis, depending on the project and status of the project. If they would like to get a daily summary, it's okay, depending, sometimes the projects have tight deadlines and stuff. It is okay to even send a daily update on what progress we have made, how far we are from our end goal, if there are any blockers. Sometimes managers need to check when there are tight timelines. The managers need to genuinely check to make sure that the team members are making progress and they are not getting blocked. And so I have that kind of conversation with the manager that, at what frequency would they like to get an update, so that it doesn't feel to us that the manager has to come and micromanage and ask me, versus I can proactively communicate to the manager on what progress I have made. And the update frequency could be a daily frequency at some point. If it's a very time sensitive thing, it could be a weekly project update, a bi-weekly, a monthly update, so that the manager and the stakeholders, clients, everyone know what progress we have made. And, sometimes the managers want to know if there are any blockers, if there's some way where they can help unblock the team member from something. So tell the manager that, if you find something where you are blocked on, you will proactively reach out. When you send an update on a daily or a weekly basis, you will communicate proactively to them that you are blocked on XYZ and I need your help to help me unblock on this. And you can constantly keep showing progress on towards the end goal, that our goal is to say meet this milestone by say in 3 months. And to meet this milestone in 3 months, we have to hit these mini milestones, say on a weekly basis, bi-weekly basis, and communicate that project update on a weekly, bi-weekly basis, that whether we are meeting those mini milestones or not, and are we on track to meet the bigger milestone at the end of the quarter, at the end of the 6 months, at the end of the year or not. Do check on yourself whether there's something you can do differently, something you can do better, something for you better for you to communicate proactively, communicate the risks in the project, communicate any people risk, any timeline risk, any technical risk, any non-technical risk, business risk, legal risk, financial risk, right? Customer risk. There are lots of potential risks. To communicate all of those proactively and have that kind of conversation with the manager, so that you also don't feel that their manager is being pushy and micromanaging you. And the manager can also be a little relaxed that, okay, if there's something in the danger here, you will come and share that proactively. And while you're having that conversation, always visualize in your mind that manager, I am a pure, powerful, peaceful soul. Visualize the manager also as a pure, powerful, peaceful soul. So with that, let's move to second question that one of you asked, which is that share more about, could you please share more about your journey in stabilizing in a soul conscious stage? Could you share what obstacles you faced in practicing and how did you keep going in practice? Let me share my personal journey. As I mentioned in one of the previous classes, I didn't have any mindfulness meditation experience personally until 5 years back. And when I started my journey, I started in a reactive mode, which means that, whenever I would feel low, whenever the problem came, an obstacle came to me, that is when I would use meditation and all these techniques as a way to heal myself internally. I used to watch a lot of videos online from BK Shivani ji. And whenever I did experience inner peace and happiness, only when I meditated. So I knew that something is working here. I had a sense that, okay, this thing works. I did a lot of window shopping of different meditation techniques in the market to try them out and see, because I had no idea what all of them, why there are so many of them and how do they all differ, which one is the right one for me. I had no idea. So I did explore a lot of them, lot of window shopping, I went to lots of meditation classes. But this Raj Yoga meditation is the one that really struck very deeply into me, because it was not just telling me how to focus on my breath and watch my breathing in and breathing out. It was teaching me how to observe my thoughts, how to transform my thoughts. And the people that I met here who in Brahma Kumaris who were doing Raj Yoga meditation, I felt them, they were very genuine, honest human beings. I felt as if they were, not just preaching, they were themselves implementing these things in their own life. So you could see that, you could feel that they are, they don't just come and say one thing in the class and then they go back, and when they have to genuinely face their situation in their own life, they do something else. They are not fake human beings. They're very genuine human beings, and they are able to apply these principles in their own daily life too. So I got that kind of a sense which motivated me, and that this is really the one for me, because I was looking for something on how to apply all this knowledge in practice in my daily life. That is what I was looking for. And I did it whenever whenever problem came, I did the meditation, and I did see a result after that. I did see a positive result, a positive change in my own thoughts, in my own self after that. And I personally kept going in this reactive mode for almost 2 years, where I used to, the only thing I used to do consistently was to listen to BK Shivani ji's videos while driving, while, doing all miscellaneous things. I would just start playing some video of Shivani ji in the background listen to that video in the background while doing my other household chores or other miscellaneous things. So while listening to those videos and doing meditation, when I had an obstacle, it did give me peace, but I was still going through a lot of ups and downs in my thoughts and emotions, a big roller coaster ride, ups and downs, ups and downs. Situation comes, I start feeling low, then I start do some meditation and I start feeling back up, and then, I again fall down into a pit. Some situation happens, somebody says something, I again fall into the pit. So I didn't have full control on my own self. So that's when I started thinking in myself, okay, it's been 2 years now that I have been listening to all these videos and everything. And these all videos, they do help me. So whenever I'm in a problem, they help me to, meditate and recover myself. Now the key is, how do I transition myself from in this reactive mode to a proactive mode, right? Let me ask all of you this question, right? In our academics, sometimes our academic exams are the ones where we know the date and time that, okay, on this date, like in school days, we used to have some exams that were like, say, weekly, every Friday morning, 9 a.m., there will be a test. This week is science test, this week is math test, this week is English test, this week is geography test, and whatever, right? So we knew the date and time of the exam in advance. But some teachers would take surprise tests. I'm sure you all have had some kind of surprise tests in your academic days. So how did we prepare for those surprise tests? Any thoughts? Practice throughout and every day consistently. Yes, any more thoughts? We need to keep preparing every day. Yes. The biggest difference between the tests of our academics and the tests of life is that in the academic test, most of the times we know the date and time of the exam. But in the exams of life, we don't know the exact date and time. We don't know when a situation will come. The other person will not come and tell me proactively that tomorrow at 2 p.m. in this meeting, I will come and scream at you. So please be in a soul conscious state so you can respond to me in a very, calm and composed manner. Exams of life do not tell us when they are going to come. But there is another very big difference between the academic exams and the exams of life. In the academic exams, we don't know which question is going to come in the exam. So what do? We prepare for the entire list of questions. All the chapters, all the practice questions, we do all of them because we don't know which question is going to be asked in the exam. But in the exams of life, the question is known very well in advance. God tells us which question is going to come in the exam. No matter what the thing, there is only one question for every obstacle of life. And that question is, am I in a soul conscious form or not? This question can come in many different forms. It can come in the form of a manager micromanaging me. It can come in the family, a family member, speaking angrily to me. It can come in the form of a physical, health problem. It can come in the form of financial stress. It can come in the form of a relationship issue. It can come in any form. These are all just different forms of the question. And the form of the question will keep changing. Every day, either it'll be a different human being testing me out in a different form, or from physical health to mental health to relationship health to something happening at work, something happening in family. Some form, one or the other form will keep coming. But there's only one solution. Same technique can be used to solve all these questions. No matter what the form of the question is, there is only one technique to solve every question. What is that technique? Can you share your thoughts? Stay peaceful. Awareness of truth, who I am, what is my purpose, and the rest is drama. I personally did an exercise of visualizing myself sitting on my deathbed. What would I be proud of when I am sitting on my deathbed and I'm counting all the beautiful things I have done in my life? When I did that exercise, I realized which things in my life that I'm doing on a day-to-day basis are the ones I would be proud of when I'm on my deathbed, and which things are just a time pass or I'm doing just to please other people. So as some of you said on the chat, become soul conscious and start analyzing the situation. So there's only one solution to every problem of life, no matter what the situation is. Be soul conscious. And let me share with you some of the pillars, some of the key techniques that I learned from Brahma Kumari Raj Yoga meditation that I practiced proactively. So I was earlier in this reactive mode, right? This is the reactive mode where I would only meditate when there was a problem, when there was a situation, right? So I was in this reactive mode, and in this reactive mode, I would feel happy only when I meditated. And then I went through all sort of roller coaster ups and downs of, peace and unhappiness. So what did I do to get from reactive mode to proactive mode? There are 5 key pillars. The first pillar of being soul conscious is to read divine knowledge. In Brahma Kumaris, we call it the daily Murli. I started reading Murli every morning. In our Silicon Valley Center, we are lucky that we have a hosted Murli session on Zoom every single day. Very few centers around the world offer a daily group, live reading session. It's a blessing to have that kind of a daily. In fact, we have twice a daily reading session in Brahma Kumari Silicon Valley Center. This divine knowledge is the only thing that opens the locks of the intellect. बुद्धि का ताला खुलता है इससे. When that lock of the intellect gets opened, the intellect knows how to distinguish between what is right and what is wrong. There's no perfect right or wrong. It's the things are not black and white in life. Right? It's not obvious. Okay, there's no equation of life in situation. If X, then do this, else do this. There's no way to write that kind of a program, how to lead a life and how to make a decision at every step. The best way to make the decision at any moment is to be in a soul conscious state, and then analyze the pros and cons of the situation, and then make a judgment call. There are only very few situations where it is extremely clear, okay, yes, this is the right thing to do. No, this is not the right thing to do. Very, just you can look at the criteria. Okay, should I go and steal something from my neighbor's home? Of course, we know those basic things very well. No, we should not enter somebody else's home and steal that, right? Steal anything from anybody, right? But then most of situations in life are very, where we can go either way if we are not in soul conscious form. So reading this divine knowledge gives a lot of clarity to the mind on how to make the decisions. What is right? What is wrong? What is the purpose of life? What is the end goal? Why am I living my life? Right? If I have to help other people, help my family members, what is the best way for me to help them? Not just do babysitting to them and not just, keep, holding their hand for, keep, doing trivial things for them. That is not helping the family. We have to think big and empower the souls. And to empower other souls, we need to firstly empower our own selves. The divine knowledge, it fills our thirst of contentment, love, peace. Every human being has only one basic need. Everyone is only looking for love, peace, and happiness inside. That lack of love, peace, and happiness can show up in the form of anger from one person. It can show up in the form of micromanagement from a work member. It can show up in the form of a dissatisfied client at work. It can show up in the form of a cranky, child at home. It can show up and these are all just different forms. But the root cause of all of these is exactly the same, which is that their soul is not contented inside. This soul is saying, give me love, give me peace. And all of these are external forms of, showing that I'm thirsty inside. So the first step to being proactive is to read the divine knowledge every single day. Now, the knowledge itself is not power, right? If I listen to knowledge from one ear and take it out from the other ear, it has no value. Knowledge becomes power only when we apply it in our own daily life. When we check our own thoughts, when we check our own emotions, when we check the situations that are coming to our own in our life, and we see, am I responding to these situations based on the divine knowledge or not? I'll give you an example from my own self, something that happened to me a few weeks back. One day I got up very early in the morning and drove to a place to help volunteer for a non-profit very early in the morning. And after 2 hours of volunteering, when I came back out, I noticed that somebody had hit my car in the parking lot. The first thought that came into my mind was, oh my God, I got up so early to, to come here and volunteer for this non-profit so early in the morning. And on top of that, my car got hit. And I realized my mind was going downhill into a negative spiral of thoughts and emotions. I took a pause for a minute and changed my thoughts. I said, I am grateful that somebody hit my car only when my car was statically parked in a parking lot. I am grateful that nobody hit my car when I was driving. I am grateful that none of my family members were sitting in the car when somebody hit this car. Moment I changed my thoughts, my thought process, instead of looking at a negative way that, oh my God, why did somebody have to come and hit my car? When I started looking at the bright side of the situation, that, okay, I am perfectly healthy. I'm glad, I'm grateful that I am healthy. I am grateful that all my family members are healthy. It's only the car that got hit, but me and all my family members are healthy, happy, and safe. Then I started expressing gratitude to that situation, that thank you, that my car, only the car is damaged. Everybody in the family is safe. I still had to do all the work of, calling my insurance company and, going to a mechanic, going to the car inspections and getting the car repaired, getting a rental car for a couple of days. I had to still go through all of that physical thing that took my time and energy. But because I was filled with positivity and gratitude in my mind, all that doing that physical thing of dealing with insurance company and car mechanics and everything, it's not a fun thing to deal with insurance company, talking to them, so many calls and inspectors and mechanics and everything, right? While doing all of that, I was expressing gratitude to that entire situation that, okay, I am glad, maybe my this was written in my destiny that I had to spend, a month sitting in hospital with a broken leg. Maybe that was destined for me. And because I was doing some good action, that is why I got saved from all of that. And it's only the car that got hit, but I am perfectly healthy. So when I changed my thought and when I started looking at the entire situation in a very positive manner, it didn't feel like a burden to me that I had to do all of this work. It didn't feel like a work. I was thanking all the car mechanics and insurance agents, and I was thanking everybody that they are all here to help me and save my day. And, they say all work together to save me from something worse that was supposed to happen to me. So this is an example of application of this divine knowledge in daily life. I personally do, a lot of self-reflection, and some of you probably are, I subscribe to those mailing list for the daily Murli drawings, and those drawings are examples of the kind of things that I personally do as part of my own self-reflection every day. The third key pillar, we talked the first two pillars. The first pillar being reading the divine knowledge. Second proactive pillar, churn the divine knowledge, apply it, think, look at the situations that come in your own life. Look at the situations that make you feel low. Look at a situation where you blame other people and check and change your thoughts, right? The second pillar. The third key step here is early morning. I was personally a late riser all my life. I used to sleep after midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. I was a late sleeper all my life and late riser. So it was very hard for me when I learned that, okay, I need to get up at 4 a.m. and do Amrit Vela. What is this thing? So many people told me, half of people told me, oh, this Amrit Vela is a fake thing. Whenever you get up in the morning, it's fine. Just meditate at that time. That is Amrit Vela whenever you get up. But then some people, serious people told me that, there's a huge difference between 4 a.m. and anytime after that. And it took me a long time to convince myself why. Because to make a change, it's not easy to make a change. Right. And I read a lot online. What is so special about 4 a.m.? Is it a fake thing? People say like in India, people say, oh, don't, do laundry on Tuesday. Don't cut your nails on Thursday. Don't mop the floor on Saturday. There's a lot of random things people say, and I've never believed in any of those things. So when I learned for the first time that, okay, I should get up at 4 a.m., I challenged that, okay, what is this 4 a.m. thing now? What is so special about 4 a.m.? Why should I do all this effort to get up at 4 a.m.? And as I read this Raj Yoga meditation and I understood the fact that, okay, I am a living energy, that consciousness, that living energy is the one that is creating those thoughts. And those thoughts are the one that are spreading the energy around me. So the real source of the early morning hours is that during those hours, most of the souls around are sleeping. And when they are sleeping, they are not creating negative thoughts, not spreading negative vibrations at that time. So the environment around us is very, very clean during that early morning hours. That is why it is very easy to connect with God at 4 a.m. So once I got that connection, that's confidence that in me that, okay, yes, this is the right thing to do. And there's a scientific reason why 4 a.m. is the right thing, right time, right thing to do, right? Then it was a matter of convincing myself, right? That, okay, if my favorite celebrity like, Amitabh Bachchan, Shah Rukh Khan, Sachin Tendulkar, pick any world celebrity. If I tell you that, oh, this celebrity is going to come at 4 a.m. and have a one-on-one time with you, what will you do? Can you share your thoughts? If I tell you Amitabh Bachchan is coming at 4 a.m. to have a one-on-one time with you, what will you do? You will make all the efforts to meet Amitabh Bachchan at 4 a.m. Right? We will do whatever it takes. We'll sleep early, or we will be maybe awake all night, not even sleep, just in case my alarm doesn't. What if my alarm doesn't ring? And what if Amitabh Bachchan knocks my door and I don't open the door and I'm sleeping? Right? We'll do whatever it takes to make sure that we are awake at 4 a.m. to have that one-on-one with the celebrity. Now, it's the same thing here. It's not a physical human being that is going to come to our door at 4 a.m. It is God who's going to come at 4 a.m. and knock the door. Get up, get up. This Black Friday sale happens, right? 4 a.m. in the morning, lots of discounted things at discounted price we get. And we get up on Black Friday, early morning, midnight, and go stand in the line so that we can save some money. Now it is the same Black Friday sale. It is not a sale of any physical goods. It's not a money saving. It is saving of our thoughts. It's a lottery. It's not a lottery of money. It's a lottery of inner purity, of inner powers, of inner virtues that we can get at 4 a.m. every morning. God is available every day. He doesn't say that I'm going to run, I'm only for today and I won't come tomorrow. God is coming every day, every morning, every day, 4 a.m. He's available. The ball is in our court, how much we can get up and take from him. So doing Amrit Vela proactively every morning, early morning, getting up and visualizing the self as a point of light and connecting with the divine light. That is a very, very critical step of doing proactive practice every single day. So we talked about the 3 pillars, right? Can anyone summarize what are the 3 pillars we have talked so far? What was the first pillar we talked about? Right, knowledge. First pillar was knowledge. What was the second pillar we talked about? Churning, self-reflection. Yes. And what is the third pillar we talked about? Morning meditation. Yes. Application, churning. And after churning, the third step is the early morning meditation, Amrit Vela. Right. Now let's talk about the fourth step. The fourth step is service, seva. It's very important to know what does service really mean, because there are lots of non-profit and lots of volunteer and lots of physical time we can spend hours and hours in helping in doing physical things, right? One of my personally biggest learning from Brahma Kumaris is that the best service the goal, and no, it doesn't matter what service we do, the end goal of service has to be very, very clear. The biggest service is to increase the soul power of the other human being. That is the best gift we can give to somebody, no matter whether the person is our close family member or a colleague at work or a neighbor or a friend or a college mate, classmate, anyone. Every single soul who comes to our life especially the ones in our close relationships, our close family members, our spouse, our kids, parents, siblings, close friends, manager at work, close colleagues at work, all these close relationships that we have with everyone. There is a reason why God has sent those souls to us in our life. Because God wants us to uplift them. While we have to play the role, the relationship we have with everyone, the relationship of manager or managee or the peer at work, the relationship of a spouse or a parent or a child or a sibling in the family, we have to play all those roles and maintain beautifully all those relationships. But while doing all of that, remember the biggest service, the biggest gift we can give to our family members. Let me ask you here, type your response on chat. What is the biggest gift we can give to our family members? Yes, we can give them the gift of time, spending time with them. We can give them blessings. We can empower them spiritually. What will the day even what will my family members take with them the day they leave their body? Can you type your response on the chat? They will take their sanskars and their karma. They will take their personality traits, which is the sanskars, and their karma, their actions. That is all they will take with them. No matter how much time and energy I spend in earning more money and buying 100, physical gifts for them, it doesn't mean that I should not earn for money for my family or buy gifts for them. That's not what I mean to say. Definitely earn money for the family and buy gifts for them. Do all of that. But while doing all of that, the state of the mind has to be very, very clean and pure. That is the most important thing. Because it is not just the money that we are earning for our family that matters. It is the energy with which we earn that money that matters. The money brings blessings to the family only when we have earned that money with a pure state of mind. So if the best gift to our family members is the blessings, is to empower them spiritually, is to increase their inner soul power. When we have that criteria in our mind, that, okay, this is my objective function. I'm not trying to optimize how much time I spend with you. I'm not trying to optimize how many physical gifts I gave to you. I'm trying to optimize how much I have increased your soul power. With that objective function, if we take every single step of life, we will be able to make an accurate decision. Is this the right thing to do? Is it not the right thing to do? Last but not the least, right? This thing of other things we have talked about, reading mood knowledge. We read knowledge once in the morning, once at night, right? At most. We churn it in the morning, maybe we churn it in the evening, at night, right? Early morning, we do once in a day at 4 a.m. in the morning. We also do in the evening at sunset time. And then we do some point of the day, we try to help somebody, empower them, right? But the key is that situations will happen throughout the day. Because the whole goal of the Raj Yoga meditation, Brahma Kumaris, is not saying that go live in a jungle and don't do anything all day, right? Don't interact with any human being. That's not what they're trying to teach us. They're saying go live with your families, go do all your office work, do all your day-to-day things. But while living with your family, while doing all the physical day-to-day things in your office, with your colleagues, and while doing service, remain in a soul conscious state. And this is the most critical thing, to remain soul conscious throughout the day. Take a break, 1 minute break every hour. It's called JAM, JAM, just a minute. eat the jam. Just like we put the jam on the bread. Remember this acronym JAM, just a minute. Take that 1 minute break every hour and remind yourself, I am a soul. Everyone I'm interacting with is also a soul. When I'm in my office, between any two meetings, as I step out from one meeting and go to the other meeting, I pause for a minute, go inwards, visualize myself as a soul, connect myself with the God. As I enter the next meeting, the first thing I do in my mind is to send blessings to the other person. I visualize them as a soul and send them divine blessings. And you can see how beautifully the meeting goes when I am going in a soul conscious form and I am sending the blessings of soul conscious to the other person. The meeting just goes like this. The same thing I do at home with my family members. Before talking to any family member, I visualize myself as a soul. I visualize the other person as a soul, as a point of light. Two of us are talking in the company of God. I am here to empower you, to heal you, to make you a better version of yourself. I need nothing. When we go with that mindset to talk to a family member or to a colleague at work, the meeting just goes like this in such a quick way, and it goes at such high energy, such high frequency. No arguments, no conflicts, no you versus me. It's all about what is the right thing for the divine. Are we doing the steps in the right direction that will empower us to become better human beings? So when I started in my early days, I personally used, because this whole thing was not in my habit, right, to take a 1 minute break every hour. So I would set up an alarm for myself every hour. In fact, I actually had alarm every 30 minutes on my phone, because when I'm told to do X, I do 2X so that I am ready to do X. Right? When we are in the exams, when we want to practice, we want to get 90% marks in the final exam. In our practice test, we do so much extra practice, extra round, so that we get 100% in the practice test, so that we are guaranteed that, okay, we'll get at least 90% in the real exam, right? We do extra practice, extra questions, stuff, so that just in case one thing I forget in the real exam, I will at least get 90% for sure. So I used to practice every half an hour. I used to put alarms 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m., 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 11 a.m. I had every 30-minute alarm on my phone. And the moment that alarm rang, I would, genuinely take a 1 minute break, pause, do a self-reflection, and send blessings to everyone around me. And when I kept doing that for almost a year, 1 full year, I did this practice continuously of every day setting up an alarm after every 30 minutes. And at some point, it started becoming an autopilot, that I didn't need a reminder on my phone to tell me, oh, alarm has rung, Manpreet, please go soul conscious. So after a year of doing this on a consistent basis, of getting up at 4 a.m., reading early morning Murli, doing a self-reflection, churning, then setting up these alarms for every 30 minutes throughout the day, then doing evening meditation, doing evening Murli, evening self-reflection, doing this whole thing continuously for 1 full year, it started becoming, as a default in the brain over some time, that I don't need right now. I don't need alarms on my phone to tell me every 30 minutes, every hour. The self-checking just happens automatically. Moment the mind starts feeling low, moment they start going negatively, I can immediately realize, oh my God, this is going downhill, Manpreet. Change your thought immediately. Moment I'm feeling low, I know that I'm feeling low, because feelings are a direct function of our thoughts. So the moment I'm feeling low, I'll realize that, oh my God, Manpreet, there must be some negative thought in the mind. I pause whatever I'm doing, check my thought, If there is if I'm feeling low, there is got to be a negative thought. I find a negative thought and translate it into a positive thought, and the feelings change automatically after that. So these are the 5 pillars of being proactive, which I was trying to address as part of this question that one of you asked around what are the obstacles that I faced and how I kept going in practice. So can one of you summarize, all of you try to summarize to me on chat, what are the 5 pillars to do proactively every single day? Very beautiful. I see one of you has already given the response of all 5 of these. I'd like everyone to share these 5 key pillars that we talked about, because these are critical for us to do on a daily basis, if because situations will come throughout the day. Very beautiful. I see another one of you has responded with all 5 techniques. Beautiful. Reading spiritual knowledge, churning it, reading spiritual knowledge every day, churning it, self-reflection, early morning meditation, Amrit Vela, and then empowering other souls, doing service, selfless service to empower other souls, and jam, just a minute, 1 minute break every hour. So with that, I'll take a pause here and see if any of you have any more questions. Are there any more questions that you would like me to answer tomorrow in tomorrow's session? One of you is asking that, sleep is an issue, that how to get up early every morning because sleep is an issue. And I'll tell you from my own thing, I was personally a late sleeper all my life, sleeping at after midnight, 1 a.m. And it was hard for me to get up at 4 a.m. So initially, in initial days, what I did was I would get up at 4 a.m. I would do meditation for a few minutes, uh, and then I would sleep again after that. And that, you know, that worked for some time. It was better than not doing it. But then I realized it was not ideal, and my body was starting to give me signals that this is not a healthy pattern of sleeping, because our body needs continuous sleep. It doesn't need sleep in two 4-hour sleeps are not equivalent to 6-7 hour sleep. So as one of you, sleep early, get up early is a habit. It is a habit, right? And it took me time. It took me almost another 1 to 2 years to shift my body clock by 15 minutes every few days, to that now I personally sleep, between 9:30, so that I can get up at 4 a.m. consistently. So the key to getting up early is to sleep early. There is no option. If we sleep late, it is not, there is no human being who can sleep at midnight and still get up at 4 a.m. and be fully healthy. One second. Okay, one of you asked a question here that a friend of mine cheated me in money matters. How do I deal with this? Okay, let's go back to the basics. Somebody cheated me with money. Okay, what is the right thing to do here? Firstly, let's go back to the same exercise here that we did in the speed. We did an exercise in the situation of the manager being micromanaging. Now, instead of manager micromanaging, now it is a friend who is cheating me with money. Okay, just a different form. Principles are exactly the same. Okay, I'll ask you, all of you, what do you think? Firstly, who am I? I am a soul. What kind of soul am I? Am I just a random soul? A very weak soul? I am a peaceful and powerful soul. I'm a loveful soul. I'm a pure soul, peaceful soul, powerful soul, blissful soul, happy soul. Who is this other person who has cheated me with money? What is the original identity of this person? They are also soul. What kind of soul are they? Originally, they are also powerful soul, but right now they are lacking peace and happiness at the moment. Right? Very beautifully said by one of you. That they are also originally powerful soul, but right now they have fallen off. Right? Now let me ask you, if the same friend, instead of cheating you with money, let's say this friend's, you know, uh, let's say they lose their job. What will you do? Help them find another job, right? Help them write a resume, help them apply, help them get interviews, help them prepare for the interview, practice, do a practice interview round with them so that they can be financially independent and stable on their own, right? Help them, right? Would we curse them? Oh my God, you didn't know how to, keep your job. How dare you lost job? You are such a horrible person. You must be a very bad employee that, you lost your job. Will we curse them like this? No, we won't curse them, right? We'll empathize with them, we'll work with them and heal them and support them in their journey so that they can become financially independent, right? Now, this friend, they have not lost their job. They are maybe financially stable, they may be professionally stable. They've just lost their inner power. That is why they are doing this act of cheating you financially. So what should we do in this situation? What should we do if a friend is feeling low? Bless them. What kind of blessing should we give this friend who has cheated me with money? Any thoughts? What kind of blessing should I give to this person, to this friend? Yes, I should bless them that they are an honest human being. They don't cheat anybody. Right? Give them these blessings. Right? But now it's also important for me to heal them, right? Because my goal is to empower them. My goal is to empower their soul. So while on one hand, I'm giving them the blessings of becoming a stronger human being, the one who does not cheat anybody. At the same time, I also need to take an action, right? I don't want them to continuously keep, today they cheated me, tomorrow they'll go cheat somebody else. Today they stole money from me, tomorrow they will go steal money from somebody else, right? So I do need to give them the consequence of doing this so that they can become a better human being. It is okay for me to even, you know, file whatever, a police case or a, whatever, a court case, whatever is needed to recover my money or anything. But the key is that while I am doing that, my mind needs to be very, very pure and clean. I should not have any negative thoughts about the other person. Sorry, I think we are running out of time right now here. Let's continue this discussion in tomorrow's session. Okay. We'll start with this question for tomorrow. If any of you have any more questions, please send me an email and we will continue the discussion tomorrow. Sorry, we need to use this Zoom right now for another meeting. Running late. So I'll see you all back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Thank you so much.